Did the Christian God actually plan for and want Adam and Eve to sin, to bring about the fall of man? Now that is the right question. Let's discuss. Imagine you have a pair of children you love. The first two children you've ever had. They're young and naive, knowing nothing about the harsh realities of life, but they're full of light and great potential. You look forward to their long and favored lives, the bright future where you will walk with them every day, visibly there to guide them in their long journey. You create a beautiful garden to feed and sustain them, a lush paradise meant to serve them for generations, providing for their every physical need, so neither they nor their countless descendants would ever have to worry. Because you want your children to live long and healthy lives, you make sure not to plant any poisonous or otherwise dangerous trees in the garden, just to be safe. One day in the garden, you see a snake slithering toward them with bad intentions. What do? You might yell and wave a stick to shoo the snake away. You might take up a stone and hurl it at the snake's head. You may even place your own body between the snake and your precious children, risking your own life to make sure they're not harmed. If you had the power to snap your fingers and make the snake disappear before any damage was done, I'm willing to bet you would. Ask yourself this: would you ever dream of letting the snake bite their curious little hands as they reach out? Having no idea about good or bad, no concept of safety or danger. Now, imagine you're not a mere human being, but the almighty creator of the universe. Because you exist beyond time, you know the snake will appear on that fateful day, and because of it, your divine wrath will be kindled, and you will curse your own children and all their descendants to come, that their true destiny is to spend their lives with labor, suffering, and death, many of them for all eternity. You know this, yet you simply choose to sit by and watch the snake attack. My question is, why? If you have an answer, I'd love to hear it, but keep these things in mind. Number 1. At the time the story of the Garden of Eden was created, there was no concept of Satan as an enemy of God roaming the earth looking to harm humankind. In fact, the Bible itself never explicitly describes the serpent in the garden as anything more than a everyday, normal, talking snake. Number 2. Even if the snake was some cryptic incarnation of the modern-day devil, you have to admit that according to the Christian view, God knew he would show up there, and he knew what would happen, but he did nothing to protect his children. Number 3. Christians often describe the act of disobeying God as evil, but Adam and Eve literally had no idea what evil even was. Logically, I think it would follow that they also had no way of understanding disobedience, danger, or even negative consequences for their actions. So they were punished for a crime they didn't even have the mental capacity to comprehend. And I'd imagine a loving God would be a little more forgiving than to ascribe the worst and first generational curse. Number 4. Lastly, the snake wouldn't have been able to do much damage if God had never planted the tree of knowledge of good and evil within reach of his children in the first place. Not only that, but God placed the tree as the centerpiece of the garden and made the fruit visually appealing, an enticing morsel for the ignorant human newborns to taste. Forgetting the fact that God knew they would ultimately eat the fruit, how much more could he possibly have done to make sure the humans ate of the forbidden tree, forever destroying their countless generations? So again, why? Why and how could a God allow this to happen? Unless, of course, the fall of man was exactly what he had planned all along. Christians often try to guilt each other by describing how God always intended for people to live and prosper in the garden. But the fact is, again, according to Christian belief, God knew all along that would never happen. Even worse, he acted surprised when it all went to hell, and instead of being present to guide us after the fall, he attempted a failed reset by flooding the entire earth, killing almost everyone. And now he apparently prefers to just stay hidden while people fight wars about who he is and what he wants. It's questions like this that make me glad I no longer believe in this bizarre story of the Garden of Eden, but I definitely want to know what you make of it. Anyway, thanks for listening. I hope it was helpful in some way or another. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So I'll leave it right there for now. Until next time, take care, my friend. Remember, If you want the truth, you've got to ask the right questions. I'm Stan Gray. Take care.